As a little girl, you always want your mom to love you. So when the judge gave my mom custody, I was like, yay, I get to live with mom. My dad was heartbroken. I had always been the apple of his eye. He always protected me. But I didn't understand what he was protecting me from. We get home, and it was good for about a good month or so. Mom had us, we were lovely, but the beatings began. I can't remember a day when my head wasn't slammed into the refrigerator, or my hands were slammed into the door, or put over the stove, because what I didn't know is that she was a heroin addict, and it was deep. What I didn't know, because of that addiction, my older brother was taken away from her. So it left me and my younger brother. And the beatings were continual. But this one day, it changes. She calls me in the room. Yes, mommy, because I want mommy to be happy. So this is a day she's not hollering, screaming, and we ain't getting beat out our heads. So, what you want? I need you to go in the room with him. Okay. It's my mom. She was smiling. I was going to do whatever she asked me to do. What I didn't know, it was her dealer. We get in there. I don't know what's going on. He pulls down my pants and proceeds to put his face where no one should put. I was about 6 years old. Didn't understand. Now, don't get me wrong. It wasn't something that, oh, it was great, but it felt good. But it was creepy at the same time. But mommy was happy. So I thought I did a great job. So life continued. But it didn't stop the beatings. And it was a continual thing with various dealers that she had. Back in probably, I was about 7.5 before my 8th birthday. She had her dealer come in. Normal routine. But this day it changed. It was different. We go in the room, but not only does he pull my pants down, he pulls his down. And I can remember that was the most excruciating pain I had ever felt in my life. I was screaming for my mom to come get me, to help me. He got frustrated and was like, you're making too much noise, and he leaves and he slams the door. So now my mom is cussing. And I'm thinking, okay, I didn't do a good job. It's going down. She leaves. Try to fix something for my little brother. There was really never no food in the house, but there was some ramen noodles. And for all who knows, ramen gets you through some stuff. And as a 7-year-old, I done came up with some creative ways to fix it. I get him situated. We had some cookies left. And she busts open the door. Oh, damn. It's going down now. She grabs me by my head and she slams my face into the refrigerator. But for me, I'm tired. I'm tired this time. You know, slamming my hands into the doorstop. Trying to kick me down the basement steps. We didn't. I ran. I was still young. I could move a little bit good. But after the beating, I was black and blue from head to toe and decided that that was it. She passed out on the couch, and I took my little brother upstairs and got him ready for bed. And I said, under no circumstances do you come from out this room unless I get you or the police. It's going to be one of us. And I put him in, and I put the partition up because me and him shared a bed. My mother was there. And I go under her bed to get her machete because I was going to end it today. I remember getting on the couch, sitting on her chest, and I put the knife to her throat. I think I had it within an inch of her throat and it wouldn't cut. Oh, I was pissed. I ain't gonna lie. Because now I'm upset because I'm saying, God, why don't you let me take her out? I'm tired of us getting beaten. Wouldn't let me do it. And I'm pushing, and she finally comes through and she laughs. I said, this is the last time you gonna hit us. This is it. She laughed. She said, okay. And she drops us off to a friend's house, which is a rooming house, but by the way, I didn't know that her friend was a madam, so I'm in a bunch of places with women of the night doing what they do. But at this time, the enemy had already planted in my head that what was going on for me was normal. It wasn't normal for no 7-year-old to know how to tell another woman how to turn out another man to get more money. That wasn't normal. But it was daily life. I learned that sex was a means to an end. And it continued. My grandmother found us and she came and got us and we moved to Boston. You think it would end there? No, I didn't. I think I had a rest with about maybe a month or two. And then the people in the church, and I'm gonna make it real clear, we're talking male and female, there was no differentiation. They all got down how they wanted to get down. They decided that, well, if we're helping y'all out, this is the least you can do. By this time, I'm 11. Okay. Since I didn't want my grandmother to be out, times were tough. Social Security only gave so much, and welfare, please. What were you gonna do with $400 for 2 kids, no food stamps, and we still had to eat and clothe? Okay. But at the age of 14, I got tired of being used for other people's so-called things. So, one of the deacons, who's now a minister in a lot to this day, but I'll leave it at that, corners me in my own house talking about, hey, you gonna do what I want, when I want, how I want, if you want me to give your grandmother back the money that I stole. Excuse me. Now, he was supposed to pay the light bill for my grandmother. It's about $400. We came home from school and there was no lights. But you gonna try to do what you want with me to rectify and justify you doing what? I said, okay. I will nicely call your wife. Oh, she ain't never gonna believe you. Really? I know how you like it, where you like it, and how whatever. Now, we can go your way or my way. That ended my sexual abuse. But mentally, I was destroyed. The seed had been planted that I was worthless, I would never be anything, and I deserved any treatment that I got. So at one point, it was fake it till you make it. And trust me, I did that till I was about 30. There was no one to love, no one to, say, yes, you can do this. But at that age of 14, the Lord had said to me, your pain is the foundation of your destiny, which will propel you to your purpose. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I'm like, okay, how do you love me? And you're letting me go through this. And I did see my mom again in her casket. She died of AIDS, full blown. But then instead of that helping me, it propelled me into a life of destruction for a long time because I needed answers and wanted answers and no, I couldn't get them. And the Lord said, you don't need those answers because you're looking for answers that she can't give you. You're trying to find out why she didn't love you when she didn't love herself, so how could she love you? End of discussion. I was like, okay. So the last 7 years has been a process to bring me to this day. I never was going to ever discuss this. This was going to be my secret. But I could no longer do that because there was too many young women and young men, yes, young men as well, who go through this. And the last 24 months, I have seen so many children not even make it to where I made it. And it now has to stop. So I now understand when he told me that my pain was the foundation of my destiny. And I am slowly being pushed into the purpose. And that purpose is to help those understand that this is not black or white, male or female, but this is human. We all have to come together as humans to stop the systemic abuse on our children, because an abused child becomes an abused teenager who abuses. And yes, I was an abuser at some point. My anger would just fly off the handle, and I abused with my words. And I decided that that was not the way to go. So tonight, let me explain. You're a survivor. You do not deserve to be mistreated, abused, and neglected. You're supposed to be loved and wanted. And therefore, it's okay to blow the scene up if you're not. Because at the end of the day, you need to look out for you and those around you. Thank you.